Okay, the first thing that I want to do is go over the daily nutrition goal. That's that red area up here. And really all things nutrition as it relates to the app. And the first and most important thing regarding that is tracking food. Now, we don't track food 365 days a year nonstop, and we don't do that for 10 years straight. You can, some people work well doing that, but ideally, you track so that you can learn what food is. I can gather food on my plate for dinner at this point, and I can more or less know how many calories I'm eating and protein and how many grams of protein, carbs, and fat I'm consuming. Okay, that's something that's become intuitive to me over years of practice. And that's really my point here is that tracking calories is a skill, and it's a skill to develop if we want to effectively manage our body composition and change it. So tracking your food can be pretty tedious, especially if you are using a food scale. It can just feel tedious, but it gets easier over time. Day after day and week after week, you'll find that you're learning more about what you're eating, and that makes the process a lot easier. Okay, the app also makes it easier too. So if I wanted to go to adding a meal, okay, this main meal area, if I go to create a meal, just a new meal, it will keep things that I've put in there. It'll keep my history. And as I type something in, it will automatically populate something that's relevant to what I've used before. So if I always like to use lean ground beef from Costco, Kirkland lean ground beef, or grass fed lean ground beef from somewhere else, if that's what I'm always using, that's what's going to populate first. And so it just makes it easier. Okay, the second thing that I can show you here is this recents tab right here. This simply just has recent meals that I've eaten. So if I have leftovers and I wanted to put in the pizza from dinner, I can just go ahead and click that and log it, and it makes it really easy. I can also change the serving in case I went over the top and had like 8 pieces of pizza, which I didn't. Okay, my favorite is the favorites. So I can create meal sets. So you'll see here, I've just created two here so that you'll be able to see here a weekday breakfast number one and a weekday breakfast number two. So for example, I can just pop in here. This is typically some similar to what I'll have. 2 scoops of whey protein, and then I blended that with 2 cups of frozen berries. Boom, all I got to do is click that and log it, and it makes it really easy. And I'll show you how you can create favorites and name them. This is a really advantageous tool. You'll notice that after about a month, you eat kind of the same stuff, especially for breakfast and lunch. Dinner might have a little bit more variation, but this is a really effective tool. If you fill this thing out with different breakfasts and lunches, your meal tracking can easily take 2 minutes a day. All right, the last thing, which is really cool, is this Discover button. Okay, this is a personalized cookbook, essentially. Um, these macros and calories are specific to you, and I'm always updating, adding new things, taking things out. If you find you don't like things, you can exclude them. You can let me know. I can take them out, that kind of thing. You can filter it by breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, um, meal prep, time requirement, whether you want to go vegan or paleo, whatever it is. You can exclude different things, and you can also add, say it's Sunday meal prep time, and we're going to do some slow cooking recipes. Boom, bada bing, there we go. The other thing that's really cool here is, so say I've got like some chicken breast to use. That's it's been in the freezer forever, and so if I don't use it, it's gonna go gross. So I'll just type in chicken, and I've got hundreds of meal ideas. Hundreds of me. Oh, it didn't work. That is sad. So I've got a lot to choose from here, and I can go through. Let's pick the balsamic tomato chicken pasta. And what it will do as you click each video, it'll show you, or click each meal, it'll show you a video of how to make it, and then it will give you a little bit of a kind of a recipe. It's essentially just a recipe. Okay, I've already talked with the developers, and here pretty soon there will be a shopping list associated with each. So if you wanted to favorite different meals, then you could have your shopping list ready and available. Okay, let's move on to your workouts in the app. how to see them, how to manage them, and how to track your progress. So they're in blue. So for example, you'll see, let's go to Wednesday, what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. So I'll click the workout, Wednesday number 2, and I'll see everything that I've got to do. Okay, this is a summary of the workout. It tells me basic instructions. Usually in the instructions, I just have warm-up guidelines for you. Read and follow the warm-up guidelines. Okay, I can't overemphasize that enough. You should be sweating or close to sweating by the time you are working out, especially at the beginning when you're doing a big heavy lift like a deadlift or a barbell hip thrust. Make sure you're warm. If I want to mark the workout complete, I can mark that in the top right, or I can press start now. Okay, you'll see some cool things have happened. This has brought me to an entirely new workout interface. You'll see that it started a clock. It will start counting how many calories or calculating the calories that I burned during the workout. And it'll also monitor my heart rate or which zone I'm in. That's pretty cool. It connects automatically with an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or a Garmin. So for example, like my Apple Watch, without pressing, by just pressing that, it thinks that we're starting to work out. Okay, this is where I input my work. So say I hit my 6 reps at 185, and this is where I input all of my work. Then once I'm done, I can click save, or I can add some comments like, hey, why did you give me burpees? You jerk. Which I will respond in kind and say, burpees are good for your heart and they're good for your body. I love you, but get over it. Okay, you can save the workout, and this is where you can rate the workout as beyond hard or effortless. You can also give me some feedback and type in some comments. Deadlifts were great. I still feel like my deadlift form is a little bit off. I'd like to schedule a time where we can go over deadlifts together. There's a lot of back and forth through this, and so use this well and use this a lot, especially in the beginning. Okay, the last thing that I want to go over with you is how to track all of this progress. A lot of it's just tracked automatically. So for example, if you're hooked up to a smartwatch, your caloric burn, steps, sleep, and calorie intake, that's all tracked automatically as you input your food and have some kind of smart device on. But these 4 down here are things that you need to track manually. Your body weight, your lean mass, your body fat, and your photos. Okay, you'll see here if we scroll up, let's say it's Friday, you'll see that this body comp check happens every Friday. Now, it will happen every Friday unless you and I pick a different day. Friday is typically the best day. So that's a reminder for you to go down. You'll hop on the body composition scale in the morning, and then you'll input your body composition. So what I did is I clicked body weight. I'll press add at the top right. I'll select the day. And then I'm going to add what happened. So 175 pounds at 14% body fat. I'll press save, and then boom, it populates in there. So you'll see that body weight and body fat worked together to automatically calculate my lean body mass. Okay, it makes it easy. And we do assessment photos not every week, but typically every 3 months or so. We don't do before and after photos, we just do assessment photos.